thought this for a while, but I've never said it on here, so here we go. I don't think that racists should be allowed to use tanning salons. If you don't like melanin, then you don't get any! No melanin for you!
Good evening and welcome to the program.
However, experience saying the earth is round and not suppository of all wisdom.
They're the so-called man caves where many husbands
They patriots all across Australia.
Providing people who grants of racist.
Well, then you're a racist.
In our democracy and way of life,
1 in 6 Australians is now living off the dole.
being persecuted for expressing their right to
We don't want
free speech.
Australia to be overrun by these people.
And I got obsessed with my body straight away.
Indeed. Well, we're in the grip of the Ice Age, the dealing and use of the drug ice.
On religious preaching in Rundle
The
Mall.
Australian flag, Anzac Day, the national anthem, bacon.
Hey, welcome to Hide from Fire. I am, as always, Adam Sage, and I think everything's going all right. Had a little bit of a problem with my internet there. I had my VPN set to France or something for some reason, and I was getting really slow internet. Now I've got it set to Australia, and it all seems to be working. A little bit of hiccup, but anyway, Easter long weekend about to come to an end, so first podcast of the week and first story, as an Easter story, no Gestapo here, Polish pastor tosses Canadian police out of Good Friday church service, update, police respond. Calgary, that's where it is, police were met with resistance when they attempted to shut down a Good Friday church service for violating COVID restrictions. I'm pretty sure this is in Canada. Arthur Powiski, or whatever, the pastor at the Cave of Adullam, told police to leave and not return until they had a search warrant in hand. You come back with a search warrant, he said. Out. Police were hesitant to leave, but the pastor wasn't backing down. Out of this property, you Nazis. I love that he's actually using Nazis correctly. Gestapo is not allowed here. Police left the property. Barsky told them not to come back, you Nazi psychopaths. Unbelievably sick, evil people, intimidating people in a church during the Passover. You Gestapo, Nazi, communist, fascist. Don't come back here, he shouted as they walked away. The pastor turned the camera to face him. You can imagine those psychopaths. Can you imagine those psychopaths? The holiest Christian festival in a year, and they're coming to intimidate Christians during the holy festival. Unbelievable, he said. What's wrong with these sick psychopaths? It's beyond me. How dare they? Wow, how dare they? Unbelievable. We're living in a total takeover of government with their thugs, goons, the brown shirts, Gestapo, wannabe dictators. This is on the video. The pastor warned about Germany, where wannabe Hitlers are already ruling and fascism is reigning once again. He took particular issue with the country's lockdowns. He referenced COVID passports as being talked about and potentially implemented. If you will not be vaccinated like a dog or a cat, you will not be able to buy or sell. You will not be able to go to school or work. Is that the future you want, he asked. Is this what you want for your children, your grandchildren? According to the pastor, the time to stand up and push back against this out of control government is now. Update: because it issued a statement about the situation, saying they were called to assist Albert Health Services in the city byway services over public health orders. The concern was that people in attendance were not adhering to the government's COVID-19 public health orders, which are put in place to ensure everyone's safety, the statement said. So you're admitting that, you're just intimidating people. Police are frequently asked to assist public health officers when responding to violation calls in an effort to help keep the police due to high levels of conflict between citizens and health inspectors. The CDP stated no tickets were issued and any further action is up to other government agencies. We understand the pandemic has caused great desperation to call Clagarians in their profession and professional lives, the statement said. We don't wish to interrupt anyone's holidays or religious or spiritual events. However, we must support our partner agencies when called to help ensure everyone can safely... so basically, you can do it, but only if you adhere to their strict guidelines. Let's see what we got here on Twitter. You're going to tell me I'm banned? I don't care. You wicked liars. On Easter Sunday, you tell this lie. And that's how you get ratioed. Yep. Why lie when you only had one cop in hand? You had 5. Do you think we're stupid? Yep. Whether hunting for Easter eggs with your household concerning loved ones virtually, please keep yourself and loved ones safe following the COVID-19 public health restrictions. Is an act of kindness that protects your... Oh my God, you've drinking the Kool-Aid. You're doing a public service. The threat about shoppers being overloaded promoted me to call out again today. My husband is in 2B. This is his birth year. He hasn't been called. First shopper... What the fuck is that? Towards that, I still hope you have a restful and joyous Easter Sunday. There's all these check marks on this week, Easter weekend, blah, blah, blah. From Google Earth to reality. Okay, whatever. And then it's just some of our animals. God damn it. And it's just people. Wait, is this all? Yeah, that's how you get ratioed. And what else have we got here? I'm so embarrassed to see your members treated this way. The shame. Yep, socialism. Ideas so good, they have to be mandatory. Yeah, they don't. Whoever is leading the Clagley police is so woke, they are blinded to their own action. Human rights tragedy, especially over a disease that has a... it's not woke to uphold public health orders. What kind of society do you want to live in? An anarchist society? Like it or not, we're a society, and that means we need to make and follow rules. Sorry to those with oppositional disorder. Yeah, so basically you have to do what you're trying to say, that the state rules over the people. I can't understand a church instructing its patrons to willfully disobey our government. It's a very unchristian thing to do. No, it isn't. You don't obey the government obey you. Okay, thank you for trying to keep everyone safe. Oh my God, Canada is lost. You lie like the father of lies. Today on Easter, you worship Satan. You sent guys with guns to interrupt a... I can hear the excuses now. Yeah, we're just doing our jobs. Exactly. The Nuremberg trial taught us anything isn't a valid excuse. Yeah, Nuremberg trials, yep. The rules are enforceable with $1,000 fines. If you're not going to enforce the rules, then what's the point? Congratulations, this has made look like a YYC, look like a joke worldwide as we spiral out of control yet again. Oh my God. You deserve every single tweet of this ratio. What sort of Justin Trudeau brain space do you live in? Yep. Actually, it's more distributed by the left. Approximately 1 minute entry recording was over in 2 minutes. As we stated after we entered the building, and in a peaceful manner they were asked to leave repeatedly and didn't continue to threaten. Thus, he was provoked. Yep. Find them all. Cultists breaking the law. Yeah, that's right. How dare people not obey Big Daddy government? What were the 4 officers if only one officer was called? You lied? Yeah, exactly. Instead of enforcing and adhering to the law, your roles now become voluntary requesting citizens to comply, issuing PR statements if they don't. Yeah, exactly. Honest question. How would this go if it was a restaurant? How would it go if it was a BLM group trying to attain an Easter services? Yeah, exactly. Thank you for your service. 1, I count 6. Don't lie, especially. Yep. Support the safety and health of people of Alberta. Put an end to the dangerous behaviour of COVID bylaws. The rights and freedom of speech, religion must not be permitted to trump the health and safety of an entire... Yep. But a certain religion of peace can gather, right? Yeah, exactly. Please explain to me what voluntary compliance means. Sounds contradictory to me. Play upon words. Yep. Not a good look. Good people of the... They deserve better, blah, blah, blah. So you're sending Gestapo. They were recorded being shooed away, and you want to claim you didn't send that many Gestapo agents. Yeah, exactly. But this is not one of them. Your one guy should have stopped assisting AHS assistant. They broke the law, at which point he should have gone in protecting citizens, his actual job. You speak as if they remotely care about upholding the law. Their act of being there was a crime. Clearly, they have no interest in upholding the law. Yeah. The optics alone, you guys are really screwed up. What a disgrace. After being asked to leave, they remained, and if he hadn't yelled, they'd still be there. I know the police are part of the problem. Yep. One uniformed officer. Yeah. You think the man raised his voice because you didn't leave after the first time he told you to get out? Yeah, because they wouldn't leave. Exactly. Hang on, I've got the video here. Where is it? God damn it, I know I had it. Oh, here we go.
Please get out. Get out of this property. Immediately get out. Get out of this property immediately. Out. I don't want to hear anything. Out of this property immediately. I don't want to hear a word. Out. Out. Out of this property immediately until you come back with a warrant. Out. 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 Out of this property. Immediately out. Immediately go out.
Don't take shit from them.
I don't want to talk to you. Not a word. Out of this property. Immediately out. I don't care what you have to say. Out. Out. Out of this property, you Nazis. Out.
Yeah, see, as soon as they realise they're acting like Nazis, they leave.
Immediately, Gestapo is not allowed. Out. Do you understand English? Get out of this property. Go. So go. Go. And don't come back without a warrant. Out, Nazi. Out. Out.
Yeah, this guy rules.
You understand? Nazis are not welcome here. Out. And don't come back without a warrant. Do not come back without a warrant. You understand that? You're not welcome here. Nazis are not welcome here. Gestapo is not welcome here. Do not come back, you Nazi psychopaths. Unbelievable, sick, evil people. Intimidating people in a church during the Passover. You Gestapo, Nazi, communists, fascists. Don't you dare coming back here.
Yeah, good on him.
Can you imagine those psychopaths? Passover, the holiest Christian festival in a year, and they're coming to intimidate Christians during the holiest festival? Unbelievable. What is wrong with those sick psychopaths? It's beyond me.
Oh, this guy rules. Yeah, and it's not just it's basically anywhere that they can get away with it, anywhere where you don't have a First Amendment, which is everywhere except for the US. They've even, you go over to first burp of the podcast. If we head over to the UK, where anti-Semitic blogger 56, who believes Hitler was right, is jailed for 18 weeks for saying Jewish people use the Holocaust as, quote, an internal cash cow. Oh my God, somebody has an opinion that the mainstream media, wonder who owns that, the mainstream media disappears with. Oh my God. An anti-Semitic Semitic blogger, which is, I believe that is the highest crime a person can commit, being anti-Semitic. Personally, I think being a blogger is, but that's just me. Who believes that Hitler was right, has been jailed after saying Jewish people use the Holocaust as an internal cash cow. They love writing the same thing twice just so they can get the word count up. Alison Chabloz, 56, repeated her anti-Semitic comments on a US podcast, which she promoted via far-right social media website called Gab. That's a far-right website, is it now? Because they don't ban people who disagree with mainstream media, so that makes them far-right. Chalobs denied, but was convicted of sending further grossly offensive comments on a public communications network at Westminster Migrants Court. So basically saying something that upsets people in the UK, you are now a criminal. The latest conviction was new, but also put her in breach of a suspended sentence she received in 2018, which was confirmed on appeal in 2019 for singing songs calling the Holocaust a bunch of lies and referring to Auschwitz as a theme park. I mean, come on. That's pretty funny. The Holocaust denial is not a specific crime in the UK, which is why she says she was convicted under the communications offence instead. Yeah, speaking in court yesterday, District Judge Michael Snow said the fact that she had also breached the 2-year suspended sentence while committing the offence meant he would have to jail her. He told Chabot, I'm not sentencing you on the basis that you're anti-Semitic. I'm not sentencing you on the basis that you're a Holocaust denier. I'm sentencing you on the basis that on 2 separate occasions, while subject to a suspended sentence, you participated in a radio program where you made grossly offensive comments. Oh my God. Oh. She's being sentenced for the high crime of being offensive. Grossly offensive contributions by the defendant. Both programs are insulting to members of a vulnerable community. Who's the vulnerable community? Because it's definitely not Jews. The need to protect that community from such gross offence is a pressing social need. No, it isn't. Judge Snow found Chabot had made 6 grossly offensive comments on a far-right podcast called Realist Radio and The Graham Hart Show. The blogger had stated the Holocaust was used as an eternal cash cow, that Hitler wanted the Jews out of Europe for behaving in a certain fashion we are seeing again today. Ooh, that is spicy, I'll give her that. She asserted that the gas chambers were not homicidal but used to save lives from typhus epidemics. Chalab added that Jews who do not conform should be deported. On the Graham Hart Show, she inserted that the Holocaust is a centre pillar of Judaism and that the Jewish children are brought up to be psychopathic maniacs. Giving evidence, Chabot refused to accept that her comments were grossly offensive. Yeah, because offence is taken, not given. Ben McGree, prosecuting, asked, do you accept saying the Holocaust was used for the Zionist lobby and as an eternal cash cow is offensive? She replied, why would I say that? There's a great deal of evidence to show that's the case. Individuals who got publishing deals who weren't in Germany during the war and weren't even Jewish. Okay. Who got published, and when asked why she had said 6 million Jews, blah, 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 she described the Holocaust death toll as a claim which has been repeated since 1880. Okay, that was before the Holocaust. People don't go to church anymore, but are supposed to worship the Jews, she added. The music teacher was convicted of 3 charges of posting offensive songs about the Holocaust and handed a suspended sentence in May 2018. So it's not because she's a Holocaust denier, it's because you're offended by her being one. So what's the difference, really? Yeah. It doesn't make it. In the song, Chabot refers to herself as a historical revisionist, sings, did the Holocaust ever happen? Was it just a bunch of lies? That seems some intended to pull the wool over our eyes. Well, at least she can rhyme. It's, she's better than rappers nowadays. She said Auschwitz is a theme park just for fools, and the gassing zone was a proven hoax. Indoctrination rules. Holocaust denier had appealed against the convictions, but judge upheld them at a Southwark Crown Court in February 2019. The musician claims in the podcast that Jewish parents are indoctrinating their children, that their grandparents were gassed because they were Jews, turning the children into psychopathic maniacs, the court heard. She also claimed that the Auschwitz gas chambers were fake and that Jews were promoting homosexuality, promiscuity, and the same things they are promoting today in Weimar, Germany. Oh, Jesus. I mean, yeah, she has a problem with the media, it sounds like. Giving evidence, Steve Silverman, Director of Investigations, for the Campaign Against Anti-Semitism, the CAA, said the entire program was abusive, hateful with regards to anti-Semitism. He said, it was appalling. It's part of the work we do. It's part of the campaign against anti-Semitism. I have to listen to some grossly hateful content. This content was, in terms of anti-Semitism, was some of the worst I have experienced. Oy vey. So basically, she said something you don't like, you got hurt feels, therefore she should go to jail. Aren't you proving her point? She's saying that the Jews rule everything and you have to worship them. She's doing the opposite, and you're proving her right. She was defended by Andrew Davis, formerly of the British Democratic Party, who has previously represented high-profile Holocaust denier David Irving. Mr. Davis defended her and said her remarks constitute political speech and are prima facie protected as such by Article 10 of the European Convention on Human Rights. Yeah, good luck with that. It may be well that she would do to curb her tongue. It should not be held against her that she was previously convicted. This case must be tried on its own facts, and they are very strange. As absent any evidence, it cannot be. Okay, so there's basically no evidence that. Yeah, how do you prove that somebody was offended? How do you prove? Like, what do you get? Like a medical report that proves you were offended? Like, how does that work? The defendant's participation in the radio programs go beyond the mere expression of prosecutor said opinion, permissible satire, or iconoclastic comment. Why? The content of the radio programs are anti-Semitic, targeted against the Jewish people as a whole, and use both their content and their tone to ensure maximum offense, upset, and hurt. That's right. People are being convicted for committing offense, upset, and hurt. So she's been convicted for wrong think or wrong speak. By the standards of an open, multiracial society, the radio programs are grossly offensive. Yeah, you're allowed to be offended. That's fine. Chobot of St. John's Wood, London, was convicted of 3 counts of sending by a public communication network an offensive, indecent, or menacing message or material. She was sentenced to a total of 18 weeks jail. So this is basically to try and deter anybody else from voicing opinions that the government doesn't approve of. She's been banned from broadcasting, posting on the internet on any form, any reference to Judaism, the Jewish faith, the Jewish people, the Holocaust, World War II, Israel, or any member of the Nazi Party. So she's not allowed to badmouth Nazis now. She was previously convicted in 2018 of writing 3 vile songs mocking the Holocaust, which she sang and uploaded to YouTube. Oh man, I have to find these songs. The song suggested the Holocaust, which saw exactly 6 million Jews killed by Nazi Germany during World War II, was a bunch of lies and referred to Auschwitz as a theme park. She also mocked Anne Frank and laughed during her air trial as a courthouse. Heard how she mocked Jews for being fashioned into lampshades, having their heads shrunk and being turned into bars of soap. Jesus Christ, this woman is based. She was given a suspended prison sentence and banned from social media for 12 months. So they're basically just, how dare anyone have an opinion? I'm glad she's stayed. Too many people get away with this. We need to target the Labor. Oh my God. Freedom of speech includes the freedom to offend. It should not be the state's role to be involved in this. Yes, what she said was offensive, but this should not be in court. I agree. Certainly don't agree with it. No one should be punished for sharing their opinion. Freedom of speech is in serious danger. Yep. So I'll look into it myself. I've seen how the media, if she's anti-Semitic, then I'll figure out by looking into her and not from the mainstream media who have an agenda to keep humanity imprisoned. Is she a member of the Labor Party? Oh my God, that's so Muppet. I once worked with a guy in an office who said quite loudly, mentioned the manager about it, in trouble for doing. She was right behind us and said it as well. Very large new building house insurance. Wait, okay, and? Presume the intolerant nutters will love her. Oh no. The hate-filled Alison Cabo may not change her wrong-minded views and actions, but will quite rightly spend some time in prison. Why is it quite rightly? Jesus Christ, these people... Right, it's because I have the correct opinions, and anyone who doesn't share my correct opinions must be taken down a peg, and they must be silenced. Like, if everything she's saying, like, you beat bad ideas with better ideas. So why are these people so afraid of doing that? Why are they so afraid of having the discussion? Why are they so afraid of, why are they so afraid of having people with a different opinion? What is it like? It's like the whole fucking Muslims getting offended over drawing the Prophet Muhammad. How weak are you? How weak is your religion that a cartoon can unravel everything? Yeah, how weak are the Jews that people being anti-Semitic, people not liking them, that's all it takes is for somebody not to love them as a people. That's all it takes. And their whole worldview, everything about them, it all just unravels. Like, how weak are you as a people that you can't take criticism? Meanwhile, you've got fucking rappers making Satan shoes and talking about how much they hate, like, Jesus and all that. And, you know, nobody's trying to have him put in jail. Nobody's trying to have him shut down. Why? What is it about Muslims and Jews, that they are so weak-minded, they are so weak of conviction that they need to be constantly reassured and told they're great? And yeah, speaking of the weak-minded, let's head back here to Australia. Brewer College in Warrnambool, okay, makes boys apologise on behalf of their gender to female peers at school assembly. A mother has spoken out about her horror after boys as young as 12 were forced to apologise for their gender at a school assembly. This is why you have to homeschool your fucking kids, people. I'm not saying it's practical. I'm just saying it's necessary. The mother at the Victorian school has opened up about her disgust after male students as young as 12 were directed to stand up and apologise to their female peers. See, apology means there's guilt. So by making them apologise, like, an apology is an admission of guilt. So they're being made to admit they've done something wrong. It comes as sexual harassment in Australian schools, is widely discussed, with the state government making sexual consent classes mandatory across Victorian schools as of next month. Gee, I wonder if that has anything to do with the type of people they've been importing in recent years. It couldn't be. Has to be the evil white students. Parent at Brewer College in Warrnambool, Daniel Shepherd told NCA Newswire her son had been left confused and upset by the incident at an all-school assembly on Wednesday. They watched the video. They watched a video to do with sexual consent, and at the end of it, they were made to stand up and apologise to the gender on behalf of their own gender. She said. He wasn't sure why. He just noticed that he was told to get up and apologise for things he hadn't done. He's upset by it. He now has a misconception that everybody looks at him and males as perpetrators or somebody wishing to do harm to someone in a sexualised manner. Seriously, he's 12. Yeah, she's absolutely right. Miss Shepherd said she agreed with the topic of sexual consent being raised. Well, isn't that something for the parents to teach? But said the school's tactic on Wednesday was terribly executed. They've singled out an entire gender. It's wrong, she said. On one Snapchat post, Snapchat, understood to be made by a male student at the school, also took aim at the assembly, saying, "Today at Brother, they made every guy stand up and apologise to every girl for rape, sexual assault, so on. Guys go through as much shit as girls do," the post said. The school clarified the move in a message sent to parents on Thursday, conceding the gesture was inappropriate. Whereas the school, if this offends anyone, I don't care. I personally will stand to this till I die. Guys go through, okay, this is a Snapchat post. Guys are always a bad guy and everything these days. Yeah, congratulations. You are absolutely turning a fucking generation of boys against you woke people. So all you're going to do is just have more and more opposition. So no, I say to these fucking woke teachers and the woke principals and that, keep it up, because all you're doing is turning more and more people against you. Yeah, you're only going to make the world a better place with this horse shit. At the assembly, we spoke about different topics of derogatory and sexualized language and violence against women. The assembly also covered the idea of bystander action and how students have the power to play a role in stopping inappropriate behaviour, Principal Jane Boyle wrote. So basically, if somebody tells a lewd joke and you don't report them to the correct authorities, you're just as bad. Oh my God. As part of the discussion, the school's boys, why only the boys, were asked to stand in a symbolic gesture, apologise for the behaviours of their genders that have hurt or offended girls and women. I'd like to assure you this was conceived with the best of intentions. However, in retrospect, we recognise this was inappropriate. That's what she said. Okay, let's just see what the comments are. If they're backtracking already, you know, somebody's losing their job. I hope they make the white kids apologise for being so, who have it so easy. Yeah, exactly. This is what you get for sending your kids to a private school. How much are they ripping you off? Typical leftist crap. All those should be ordered to stand before the whole school and issue an apology. Their names and photos should be widely published so a record of their failures is forever recorded on the internet. If the teachers, in fact, the education department had properly educated the students, the boys should have, in fact, refused to even turn up. I can't imagine what they indoctrinate into students' minds these days. Yeah, actually. What an absolute disgrace. Where did the principal and teachers get off? Yep. Given the actions of the school represent the nation, that is easier to ask forgiveness than ask permission. Yeah, that's a good point. The school claiming that in retrospect we recognise it was inappropriate will not undo the damage though. Yep, true. Wonder why some people don't like the all men approach to the current dialogue. Now we have some woke idiot who thinks getting male children to apologise to the female students is okay. This is the principal of a school, an allegedly highly educated person responsible for the future generation. This is what we have to look forward to with more females in executives positions. Clearly not, but you get my point. Yeah, okay. This is a huge violation of the boys' rights. It's an abuse in its most basic form, deliberately sent out to humiliate. Let's see what else we got here. Don't see many people. It's become beyond a joke now. Yeah, well, I don't see much many people agreeing with them. So, you know, that's the thing. But, yeah, seriously, it is, this is exactly what you're going to get. And all this is going to do is push the boys to make more and more offensive jokes. Yeah, like, you've shown your ass now. They've shown their belly, they've shown their weakness, that all you have to do with these woke teachers is just say faggot or just say whore. It's like something like that, and they're going to lose their fucking minds. Well, guess what these boys are going to do? They're going to come up with more and more clever ways to upset and offend you because you've showed a weakness. You know, you've chummed the water, so congratulations. Yeah, you know, they're worried about like, oh, they're going to go to places like Gab and 4chan. Yeah, this is exactly what you're doing. You are sending them directly to these places, and I think it's fucking hilarious. And speaking of fucking hilarious, Greta Thunberg's statue unveiled at UK University labelled Vanity Project. The student union says money was wasted. Oh my God.
How dare you?
Yeah, this is just weird, man. They worship her. She's the climate messiah to these people. You know, she can see carbon dioxide and taste windows. All hail the climate messiah. They seriously love this fucking little girl. And I think I know why, because they're progressives and she's a little girl. I guess they were pissed off that COVID overshadowed her career, which is now over because I think she's turned 18, so they can't use her as a human shield anymore. She's no longer, she's no longer free of criticism or anything like that. She can be criticized. She's an adult now, so we're not going to hear much from her pretty much ever again. A bronze statue of the teenage climate activist Greta Thunberg has been unveiled at a university in the UK, with critics banding it a vanity project. Yeah, it's literally a virtue signal. It's like, look how woke we are. The University of Winchester proudly revealed the inspirational statue, claiming it was the first life-size sculpture of the Swedish campaigner. Well done. However, critics blasted the statue as indicative of a cult personality, while others questioned how much carbon emissions were emitted in the making of the structure. All valid fucking questions. The University Students' Union also voiced opposition, me read good, to the statue, which cost £24,000. Oh, that's a spicy meatball. Saying the money could have been spent on better things. Like, yeah, a whole bunch of plastic straws and just dump them in the ocean. Bronze statue of... Okay, so this is their press office. Bronze statue of Greta Thunberg. Installed at UOW as symbol of commitment to combat the climate emergency. Oh, Jesus. 109 likes, 526 comments. So they got ratioed. Let's have a look. All right, let's see. Greta has taught children about respecting our green and peaceful lands. We can thank today's generation to look after the world for us and make it a better place. Maybe instead we should make Greta pay towards the cleanup bill of today's lazy youths. Oh, okay, so that's where they go to school. You shouldn't have statues of living people, especially people who haven't achieved anything. I think Greta, no, she hasn't achieved anything. Seeing a lot of jealousy. This young woman has done more than some of you have done in a lifetime. She went up against the odds to fight for her generation. Why not honor her? I think it's a great thing. She did nothing. She's nothing, yeah, she's nothing more than a manipulated child who's been used to push an agenda, not jealousy, the truth. How much carbon has been emitted by her travels and others? We only have, yeah, there she is. That's a good meme. We only have 1 month left to save the world. What has Greta got to do with Winchester? And do you think she's going to stay a child forever or never do anything worthy of note when she's older? No, they don't. That's probably why. Celebrating truancy at university. Don't let it be said the degrees aren't worth every penny. That's a good one. Can I have my rent refund? Was promised in January. Also, I'm not sure Greta would have approved of you just throwing away all my perfectly good kitchen utensils last year because I couldn't collect them in a couple of days later than asked. Okay, I have no idea what that means. It appears the university is awash with excess funds while the rest of the nation struggles to make ends meet. Yep, the installation of this statue is only a symbol of her stupidity and a lost. Yep. She doesn't attend school, college, university. Besides that, she doesn't say anything other than what her father scripts for her. Maybe if she had a meteorological degree or went to China to preach her mantra, people might take her seriously. I didn't know you had a degree to have passion, and a great one. What if the statue offends me? This statue offense outrage has to work both ways. Yeah, that's a good point. Why has she done to deserve that? Yeah, exactly. Why can't I say this? Can I tear this one down? It offends me like Marxist groups are doing to ones they don't like. I don't see why not. Yeah, exactly. Why can't it be torn down? Weather Potato was not amused. I like that. Weather Potato. That is a good name for her. Yeah, please could you explain how much energy was expended on obtaining the raw materials, transporting them to wherever the statue was cast, heating the bronze, transporting the finished product? Not so bloody green now, are you? No, exactly. A bronze statue has got to be probably the worst way you could do it. Why not make it out of old recycled materials like plastic cups and straws? Hey, it's going to last forever. We're in a COVID year. Lots of students hadn't really had a chance to campus. Lots of them are trying to study online and are in dire need of support, said the president of the Winchester Student Union, Megan Ball. We're calling on the university to match the statute cost by committing £23,760 in additional funding to student support services across campus. We urge them to publicly face the critical issues which students are highlighting and provide a transparent breakdown of additional and existing financial support. The West also passed a motion describing the statue as a vanity product, pointing out that the university had suffered through several years of so they've been laying people off and then they do this. We've just posted regarding, okay, it's the union, blah, blah, blah. Students were told in an email the statue would have been a symbol of its commitment to combat climate and ecological emergency. However, Twitter users pointed out that in creating it, CO2 emissions could have gone to lighting lecture theatres were wasted. Bronze statue of Greta, blah, blah, blah. Yep. Electricity to cast a bronze statue could have been used to light lecture theatres for learning. However, Greta doesn't really do studying. Fortunately for some, Swedish scientists have. Bronze for melting 1 ton. Oh, there you go. Let's see. As we previously highlighted, a mural of Greta Thunberg, a mural of Greta in Edmonton, Alberta, was defaced, with the vandal telling Thunberg to stop lecturing him on how to live his life. Last year, historian Neil Ferguson slammed Thunberg's lecturing of solely Western countries, asking why I don't see her in Beijing or Delhi. Absolutely valid point. Let's see. The fact Greta is merely a mouthpiece for her activist parents was underscored during a press conference last November when she was unable to answer a simple question without reading off a script. Gee, who does that sound like? That sounds like it's someone else.
Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids.
Let's see. What's this video?
Listen up, maggots! Peak masculinity in 2019, devoting the entire front page of a men's magazine to a 16-year-old autistic Swedish girl so she can make guys feel guilty about driving fast cars. Listen, I know lads mags are a relic of a bygone age, but are we allowed as men to have any space where we can just be a bit bawdy?
Yeah, okay, I'm guessing imagine my shock is how that video ends. Yeah, and there it is right there. In the age of mass Silicon Valley censorship, it is critical that we stay in touch, blah, blah, blah. And yeah, so that is, wow. So yeah, she did nothing over the whole COVID thing because, the same people who believe in, that we need to lock down and that are the same people who believe the world's going to end in 12 years. And it was really funny because 2019 here in Australia, we had these record bushfires where I think just over 100 people were arrested for arson. Only 2 names ever ended up of the people getting arrested for arson were released. So it makes you wonder about like the other 98 plus people who were arrested for arson. What links they had and why the government was, really, and the media really wanted to cover them up and not let anyone know who they were. But then all these, all the fucking progressives and that locked themselves in their homes for fear of getting this deadly COVID-19, which only has like, a 99.96% survival rate. So they all locked themselves in their homes for 2020. And lo and behold, nearly a bushfire in Australia. Like our bushfire season is, it basically, like, there were a few natural ones, but we basically, like, after the one that almost wiped out like 1 billion animals in 2019, and apparently, the climate's only getting worse and worse, it all went away when all these activists were locked themselves in their homes. So I say we just keep going and we keep telling them that if you're woke, you stay locked in your house. If you want to help the environment, if you want to do the right thing, you stay locked in your house. And the rest of us just go out and live our lives and just let all these people die in their homes. That's basically that's basically the way I want to look at it, because as soon as the same people who go on and on about climate change decide to lock themselves up in their homes for a year, suddenly, magically, the bushfire problem is almost solved. Like like I said, lightning strikes will cause them and things like that. But, I was like, it's because people weren't driving? Really? The climate's that fickle? I think not. Like, carbon's supposed to stay in the atmosphere for like 100 years when it's released from cars and that. So 1 year of people not driving shouldn't make the problem just go away. But according to them, it does. And on that, how long have we been going? 45 minutes. Let's get into some crime.
Cops fighting crime in a future time.
You swear one more fucking time and I'll put you in the lockup for the night for disorderly. Just like last time, I'll deny your bail and some big fella's going to play with your arsehole through the night. If that's what you want, say one more fucking swear word.
Uber Eats driver killed in suspected carjacking as two teenage girls charged with murder. Mohammed Anwar, 66, was a father of 3 who worked food delivery gigs to support his family. The father of 3... go away, video. Where is it? that close. The father of 3 working as an Uber Eats driver has been killed in a suspected carjacking. What do you mean suspected? It's on video. In Washington, D.C. Oh, good thing Washington has those strict gun laws so he couldn't defend himself after two teenage girls allegedly tried to steal his car. Muhammad Abwa, 66, died on Tuesday. Shocking footage of the incident shows Mr. Anwar attempting to recover his vehicle as a suspect accelerates, dragging him alongside and crushing him against a fence. Car sped down the street before flipping and ejecting Mr. Anwar onto a nearby sidewalk. The footage shows a figure lying face down on the sidewalk, not moving. He died in hospital following the incident, suffering numerous broken bones and severe head trauma. He was making food deliveries at the time of the attack. The footage captured by a bystander. In the footage captured by a bystander, Mr. Anwar can be seen standing next to the driver's door, arguing with those inside the vehicle. Police later said the suspect had used a taser on him. They're thieves, he is heard saying, as he appears to try and regain control of the car. This is my car. Following the crash, footage shows one of the carjackers climbing out of the overturned vehicle. National Guardsmen near the scene crash detained the suspects before they could flee and held them until police arrived at the scenes. Actually, the National Guards were treating them like victims because they didn't want to get called racist. The Metropolitan Police Department said the suspected carjackers are a 13-year-old girl from Southeast DC and a 15-year-old girl from Fort Washington, Maryland. Neither of the girls have been named because they are juveniles. Both teens have been charged with felony murder and armed carjacking, and they're going to be tried as children, and they'll be out by the time they're 18. Mr. Anwar's family members told WUSA 9 that he had immigrated to the US from Pakistan in 2014 and had worked food delivery gigs to support his wife, children, and 4 grandchildren. Shouldn't his children be supporting the grandchildren? But okay. The family is devastated by this senseless crime, as Anwar's relatives said in a statement. Muhammad Anwar was a father, a grandfather, a husband, a brother, an uncle, beloved by many here in the United States and in Pakistan, his birth country. The teens made their initial court appearance on Wednesday. A judge ruled they were a threat to the community and posed a flight risk. Yeah, no shit. They tried to drive away from their crimes. So they were detained until the next court appearance on the 31st of March. Mr. Anwar's niece has launched a GoFundMe to help pay for a traditional Islamic funeral for her uncle. As of Sunday, the GoFundMe has raised $430,000 after an initial goal of $100,000 set by the family. Jesus, Islamic funerals are expensive. Is that the gold coffin? Words cannot describe how family is feeling currently, she wrote in the campaign's description. Devastation, confusion, shock, anger, heartache, and anguish are just a few that come to mind. We will try to carry him with us always, but it doesn't take the pain away of losing him so tragically and unexpectedly and so soon. So I have the video here.
Go. Call the police.
I had to go to World Star to find this video.
What's going on?
Oh.
Call the cops.
Yeah, he's trying to get her out of his car. He should have just punched them. They're like teenage girls. Like, one punch to the face, they'd be KO'd.
This is my car. Inside is his car. He is their car.
She doesn't know how to get it in drive.
This is my car. Shut it!
Oh. Oh. Yeah, they're trying to get him off, and they also tased him.
He's still in the car. Yeah, he called the cop. Call the cops. Call the cops.
Jesus.
It's been called. It's been called. It's been called. It's been called. They stole the car.
Look, and there she is jumping out, and you can hear at one point she starts going, "Oh, my phone's in the car. My phone's in the car." That's all she cares about. She doesn't care about the guy she killed.
These girls stole the car.
And there he is, dead.
Hey, they stole the car. They stole the car. These girls. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. Everybody's out. Everybody step back from the door. I'm gonna need everybody step back.
There he is, dead. Please, my phone is in there.
No. I need you to step back from the car. Everybody, I need you to step back from the scene. I saw what happened. Oh, no. I need everybody to step back. There's gas leaking.
Yeah, hey, back up.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, but hey, you know, they're just innocent teenage girls. They don't know what's going on. Gee, I wonder what their fathers are going to think. Yeah, that was obviously a joke because there's no way at all these girls have fathers, which is pretty much, why they're doing what they're doing, because they're not disciplined. They're told they can do whatever they want, and yeah, this is what you get. This is what you get when you tell people no matter what they do, they are the victims. And, of course, CNN, fury after CNN refers to Uber Eats drivers' death during carjacking by black teen girls as an accident. Police said the girls, this is what CNN had to say about it, police said the girls, 13 and 15, assaulted an Uber Eats driver with a taser while carjacking him, which led to an accident in which he was fatally injured. CNN has been blasted on Twitter for using the term accident while describing an attempted carjacking by two black girls that led to the death of the victim and Uber Eats driver. The crime in question happened on Tuesday in Washington and was filmed by an eyewitness. The graphics video shows a scuffle at the car in which then speeds away with the driver clinging to an open door. The vehicle is seen crashing into a nearby intersection, turning on its side. The driver is seen lying motionless several meters away by a fence while two carjackers climb out of the car and are apprehended. The two girls, aged 15, police said it led to an accident which was fatally injured. Gee, I wonder if this tweet exists anymore. Let's find out. Charged with murder. Oh, okay, so it doesn't go to that anymore. Have been charged with murder, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so they quickly changed that. Let's see if I can get the tweet. Which was, he was fatally injured. Wow. The intent was to carjack, not kill the driver owner. Yes, I have. Also have care for the girls who are being treated as killers. They did not seek to murder, only carjack a vehicle. Okay, I see the right wing out. Why? Because the news correctly labelled the children as teenage girls and not monsters beyond redemption. Yes, no, they don't. The people in these comments say that the two young are supposed to be thinking as grown adults. You all know you wouldn't say if these were white girls. Bullshit. Federal income taxes paid last year. Nike. Okay, why is that there? God damn it. Happy East. Why the fuck is Kamala Harris on this? Jesus, there are actually people standing up for them. If anyone wants to rest, murdered. Yep, there has been no consequence for being black BLM riders all year. This has set a lawless precedent. Yep. Excuse me, what the fuck? Top of the list. Regards to all the bickering, the murder may not have been premeditated, but it still took his life and should be punished accordingly. Yep. This was not deemed an accident, CNN. Have some respect for the poor man killed while being carjacked trying to earn a living. Have some damn respect. Yeah, absolutely. They murdered him, and one of the girls was more concerned about his cell phone. Yeah, so everyone's saying these two should be charged with murder and locked up. Yep, should still be locked up then as well. Self-defense and carjacking are not the same thing. Exactly. Just watch the videos. No one got shot in the back. Okay. Those black girls murdered him. They deserve to pay for their action. Change his tweet. Those black girls. Oh, no. You can't. There was no intent. It was an accident, not a murder. Felony murder does not require intent. You're absolutely right. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. All the conservatives, fake, angry. Yep. Am I the only person who understands this tweet? They aren't saying the situation was an accident, but the crashing and flip. They understand they're just racist. It was an intentional carjacking that led to an accident and it killed. With that being said, the girls should be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. Who raised these evil girls? They must, they must learn at home that hurting people is okay or stealing is okay because your behavior comes from how you are raised. Yep, social media, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, well, that's that because Yeah, they can't. You can't try them because they're the wrong. Yeah, they're not that guy comparing it to self-defense with Kyle Rittenhouse. It's just absurd because they have the correct skin color where they're allowed to get away with what they did. If they were white, they'd have the incorrect skin color, and it would be a racist attack against an Asian man. But because they have the correct skin color, attacking an Asian man, yeah, that doesn't really matter because that's what he is. He's Pakistani. He's Asian. But hey, we're not gonna mention that. Again, nowhere does CNN mention that they are it was an Asian hate crime or anything like that because they have the correct skin color and they're gonna get away with it. They won't be tried as adults. And that's how it is. Yeah, it seems like black women, black girls can just literally get away with murder. And on that note, I will leave you for this Easter Monday. I will leave you with the reminder that feminist lives matter.
You will die without honor.